D Still, what you cooking up over there?
It's your boy King. We're back with another episode, and this is episode 2. And we have a lovely guest here. He's my frat brother. But before we get into all of that, I just want to introduce everybody. You know, the team that's here. Nye, what's going on with you?
What's going on, people? How you doing?
Kareem, what's the word? DJ Gertie.
Ain't much watching this game.
You know, we always
whooping.
we always watching basketball over here. Aaron, my brother. Go ahead, introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are.
What's up, bro? Thanks for having me. My name is Aaron Spencer, and I am the founder of Abutter. It's my own almond butter business, and I have 5 different flavors out right now. So, super excited to talk with you today, bro.
Absolutely. Let the people know about the flavors and everything.
I was just about to say that.
So
What's the flavors?
So you gotta start from Jump Street. I need to hear from the beginning. The
Yeah,
whole
like-
story. I need the story.
Right, like what made you want to get into like this business, especially like being a a black man? You don't hear stuff about
Hold on,
that,
but-
so
but-
that'd be dope.
Before we even start about that, a lot of people, y'all gonna see the episode. Y'all gonna see with entrepreneurship and accountability and entrepreneurship. And Aaron owns and the founder of Abutter. I just want to put that out there. He just said that he's a black entrepreneur and he's moving forward in life. You know what I'm saying? And we're just gonna touch on accountability and kind of like how we see profit and everything. But we're gonna have him, give his spiel about everything. Go ahead, Aaron. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Just to answer your first question, Shaquem, my flavors out right now are original, maple, honey, apple cinnamon, and then our seasonal flavor, which is gingerbread right now. So that's until the end of February, and then I'll be dropping my next seasonal flavor in March. But the reason why I started the business was because I really, I just had a genuine passion for having people in communities that I grew up in eat healthier. So I grew up in Brooklyn in New York City, and I was surrounded by, I think my environment was a food desert. So I didn't have a lot of healthy eating options. And, when you're a high school student, you don't really think of that. You grab your, in the city, you grab your bacon, egg, and cheese and your nutriment, and you go to school. And that's what you eat, and that's okay, right?
Yeah.
But then when you start to grow up, you realize that, you start paying attention to especially when you're in college, you start paying attention to the food spots that are there, and it's like there's like all of these like salad bars and juice bars, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, like I didn't know that this was a thing. And and especially now, I think when you notice in communities that are gentrified now, in the areas that I grew up in and you grew up in,
Yeah.
there are a lot of healthier eating options, and I just wanted to make that accessible for people around me. So
Absolutely.
that's the reason why I started the business. And I think there are tons of ways to eat healthy nowadays, but I have an obsession with almond butter, and I figured that I'd make that into my own. So a year later, here I am.
So let's tap into that. You know what I'm saying? The almond butter, like, how did that really come about? Because, you know what I'm saying? We know, like, you my frat brother, you big bro, you feel me? But I know you transitioned from, like, eating regular stuff to, like, yo, one day you like, yo, bro, I just got to change my diet. And I was just like, word? And then after that, the Abutter came in, and then, you know what I'm saying, you moving forward with it. So, like, let people know, like, how to kind of, like, you know what I'm saying, you started in the kitchen with it. Like, it was just a thought to come into a business. Like, where did it begin?
Yeah, man. Nah. That's a great question. I essentially, it did come from the change in my personal diet. I decided to undergo a vegan diet in 2018.
And you still a
plant-based.
vegan now, right?
Yeah, I'm still plant-based.
Okay.
Plant-based. So,
Plant-based.
actually,
I'm sorry,
yeah, this
the
is
pronouns.
No, yeah. I try not to. Somebody told me, like, a real hardcore vegan told me, like, there's a difference between the two. Like, vegan is that you don't try any vegan products, like, down to, like, the soap that you put on your
Use?
body.
Oh, man, that's
the clothes that
intense.
you wear, like, everything. So, Yeah, I ain't that far, but 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 yeah, man, nah, I adopted the diet back in January 2018. And I think along with that, I started buying a lot of nut butters because I think the stigma with with going on a vegan diet is that you don't eat a lot of protein. So I think the first thing that I looked for was protein sources, and I'm a huge fan of peanut butter and almond butter especially. So but I wanted to just make it on my own. I got tired of buying them in stores.
Okay.
So that's why I started to just make my own flavors, and I'm particular about my taste buds. So that's why I started making it on my own. But then I would have my friends who would be over and they would sample it because I had a lot. I would make them in a big food
In
processor,
bulks.
and they would.
So you're not the only one in your field. So you got competitors. You got people looking at it like, yo, who's this A butter dude? Like who's this? You ain't get nobody that came up to you and be like, yo, like I'm trying to be a partner with you. I'm trying to throw in some bread to see this go far. Or you kind of like staying level headed and making your own contracts. Have anybody came forward to you and be like, yo, you can have these in our store? Like, how's that look from entrepreneur standpoint?
Yeah, I've definitely had I've had some good offers. There's one offer right now that I don't want to say yet.
Okay.
I want to make sure that the check clears first.
Okay. Oh yeah,
But,
yeah. In fact, I'm saying to the money. You know what I'm saying? They got a couple zeros behind that.
yeah, man. But they've been a huge. They reached out to me after they found me in a farmer's market. So
So you in farmer's market right now?
Yeah. I'm also at farmers markets too.
Okay, so
but yeah,
where exactly is A butter? Like farmers, or where else, so people can know where to go look for the product. And we're gonna shout out your IG, but where can people find the product? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My website right now is www.abutterbyaaron.com. So ABUTTER by BY Aaron AARON.com, and you can find your flavors there. And you'll be able to have it shipped out within a week, all throughout the U.S. So that's another advantage of just being online and having just almond butters is easy to package. But pretty soon I'll be in stores as well. So that partnership that I'll talk about is a specialty. It's what's called a specialty market.
Okay.
So they will be distributing my product all throughout Massachusetts.
Okay.
So that should be pretty cool.
Oh, that's what's up. So that's dope. So let's get into this kind of I know now you got some questions, but I was gonna be.
He just looking at me
I know,
like.
I know you got some questions. Gertie, I know you got some questions. I save my questions for second. Go ahead, Nah. Go ahead.
So it's funny how he just know we in tune, guys. But
You know what I'm saying? That's fair.
But so first and foremost, I definitely want to shout out the fact that you realizing as you get older, you kind of start paying attention to your body, because your body physically starts giving you signs that I need to start eating better. You start realizing that. So that's step one. And then my question for you is that, what was a bigger battle for you? Was it a battle more for yourself to do that transition and get into the vegan, or was it more of a battle
plant-based?
Plant-based. I'm so sorry, plant-based. My fault, brother. Plant-based. What was more of the challenge of you facing yourself or being around other people? Because I know sometimes, when you get with your friends, you got a little diet or detriment you got going on, and you nah, I'm not gonna do it. But when you with your friends, it's fuck it, let's do pizza, wings, whatever the case may be. So what was some battles that you had to go through, and what did you do to keep yourself out of that and keep going in what you've been doing? Because obviously it's been doing well for you.
No, that's a great question, and thank you. I would definitely say the second part was the biggest one. As you all know, when you're around black people, black friends,
that's what I'm saying.
You get black jokes. And I got a lot of those jokes at first. Because when you get that at first, people don't take you seriously. They think that you're joking. So yeah. I think for me it was just I think people start to, those jokes stop when they started seeing the repetition and kind of the consistency of it all. So when I started and when I just continued on, and then my recipes started to expand. Started doing like more creative things, and then people saw like the results started coming in like physically. They were like, "Oh, okay, like this is a real thing. This is serious. You didn't just do this for like
Clout.
for giggles, So it started to work out, and then I think after that, then I started having people. This is when I knew it was a turnaround point when people just started coming up to me saying like, "Yo, what's that recipe that you made on IG the other day?" And I was like, "Oh, that's
Okay.
all right."
So
All
you
right,
said,
I know.
you
I
said-
know.
you
I was
said-
like, "Oh, you." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Said
Nah,
it.
but it's cool, man. It's
There we
cool.
go.
Like, cause now it's like people are paying more attention, and I think that's what I wanted to feel. I wanted to impact people. I didn't want to be aggressive and tell them like you need to do this and this is harming your body when you eat it. But
we know
I wanted
those
people to
folks.
just see it and say like
Heck
I
yeah.
wanted to be more of an organic experience.
Feeling? I get what you're
That's
saying.
dope.
That's dope because I know some people try to force it upon you, like, yo, like, what you eating, son, is bad for you and da da da. But I feel like, I feel your approach is definitely different because you just went on your own mojo and people just follow the wave. After that is because you just you know what I'm saying, you was being you and people supported it, and I think that's big.
Well, just to chime in, if you real people gonna support it, they don't got no choice but to. But I feel like to kind of like chime in, I actually have another question. I'm a guru with the questions, and they're actually good ones. My next question for you would be, so I know you're doing almond butter, which is awesome. I'm definitely gonna check into that. But like, does it stop there? Are we doing almond lotion, almond milk? Like, what's up with it? I'm just jumping ship to see where's your mind at? Like, are we going global with other products? That's just the business mindset of me because I just like to know.
For sure. Yes. And I've gotten a lot of requests about people who said that they're allergic to almonds, but they would love cashew butter. So I'm definitely making some cashew butter flavors too. And
So
then
we
also
whipping
just
it
some
up in the
peanut butter.
kitchen? Like, he's like, we got the cashew butter already on smash.
You said we got it coming for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying, man? So I coming with the everything. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Plant based all the way, baby.
But you have to though. People, you can't just appease to one taste. You gotta go, like, you gotta have a variety so people will fuck with your shit pretty much. Like, you can't just do one thing.
So you saying
Thank
like
you.
you got you got a fan base, or you got like not even a fan base, you got a market base of people that it's supporting you like in all ranges, and that's dope. You know what I'm saying? For them to ask and reach out like, hey, like we like the way you make that. Can you make a different? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you do this cashews? Can you? And you're actually experimenting and like. So my thing is like, do you have somebody helping you, or this is all you? Like the patent, the marketing, everything. Is this all on you, or do you have a team around you?
Yeah, good question. Good question, bro. Well, I like to think of it as this. On paper, it is just me. Like it's I'm the sole proprietor owner of A Butter. It's my own LLC, but I can't say that I've done this alone. Like I'm always getting help from people. And I think it's just tough to run a business on your own, and that's why you have to really just open your mouth and leverage people for help.
Absolutely.
So, while it says that I'm doing it on my own, I have a mentor who owns his own marketing firm in Boston. So
Okay.
he's helped me out a ton
That's
of ways
really
to
dope.
just like, get my ideas out. Or I have somebody who knows operations really well, so and logistics. So I've been reaching out to them just for like help and assistance and feedback on the way that I run my business operations wise when I'm mailing stuff and all of that. So I have a ton of help. Like people have been helping me along the way like this entire time. Like this work is not done on my own, and I have a ton of people that I thank every single day along the way.
Okay. That's dope.
That's dope.
That's dope. Yo,
I
Gertie.
definitely feel that. Right.
What's
What's up
up?
with you?
I
Tap
need
in.
to. I want to try some food. I need
So-
to. I need to get the butter, and I need to just I need to taste it.
But first, like, how you gonna like? What is it good to go with though? Yeah,
Right.
man. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah,
something
because
new.
Gertie's trying to make a snack on his purple mattress, y'all.
Yeah, facts, B. He trying to get on his fat boy wave. You feel me?
Yeah.
You could treat it like regular peanut butter, but it just has more flavor. It has unique flavors. You could put it in your smoothies. You could use it as like a snack with like a sandwich spread with jelly, or like with certain like fruits. Like you could be like apples and almond butter, or bananas and a butter. Every day I put it in my oatmeal, so that gives it a ton of flavor. Or, if you just want to eat it as a snack, like you can, just straight out the jar. I know I do that sometimes too.
Yo, no, boy. I seen you post a picture. Shit, that was with the ice cream and with the yo. That shit, it looks something different, boy. I'm like, hey, I gotta try this, baby. What you talking about? This right here looking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I actually have I got another question for you. I'm the question guru. I'm sorry. So because I'm interested, and it's dope, and the fact that you Black owned, so I can't help but support it even more. So I feel like since you have like all these products and plant based, I got that already. And you have all these products, and I like the fact that you acknowledge like like you got a team, and this is not all you, and you giving recognition. I really appreciate that about you, and it tells me a lot about you, how the way you conduct business. But as far as business, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like right now, you just to answer, like, when did you originally start this, like the year, and where do you see this business taking off in 5 years? Like, where do you see yourself? Like, I'm assuming national in every supermarket besides Massachusetts, but that's for you to answer for me.
I would love that. Definitely. I think for me, my driving force is to make sure that everybody has, some way of eating healthy and, still have it taste good through almond butter. And I think for me, I've always said like the more exposure, the better. So if that means being involved nationally in, being outside of Massachusetts, then I'm absolutely going to go for that. Like if the opportunity comes, then why not?
Absolutely.
I think I'm at the stage where I just go wherever the business takes me. And
where the money's at.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, I'm just accepting, I'm thankful, man, and I'm blessed. And, I'm extremely grateful for the people that love this stuff, and they support me every single day. And I've said that if this business lasts 2 decades or 2 decades or 2 days, I'm fine with that. I'm just happy that people genuinely like my stuff and like my product. But in terms of just exposure, yeah, I'm shooting for the stars. Like I would love to be in
aim for the moon. I hear you.
Aim for the moon. No, but we say so. I have a question for you though. Was it? I know you said like people supported, and like you just like when people start asking you questions, that's when you got into your business mindset and guru. Like I'm about to do this. Where you at now? When you first started, did you think it was gonna be on this type of scale when you first started, or you was just like, oh, it's just a thing that I'm doing by myself?
No, absolutely not. Like you never think of. I didn't think that it would be embraced this quickly. I didn't think that people would be reaching out to me. I didn't think of any of that stuff. Yeah, I just didn't think it would. I didn't think it would grow to the level that it did so quickly. But it's really cool to just to get that. And I think that's the joy and that's the excitement for me in the business is that you never know where things take you if you unless you try, right? Like I found myself, I put in a good amount of effort into this business, and it's been really cool to just watch it grow and have it kind of prosper and even struggle with it and think of solutions to those everyday problems. It's been great. So I'm excited to see where it goes in the next year.
Facts. Like we here, we gonna be on a journey with you. You know what I'm saying? We following, we supporting the whole cause. You know what I'm saying? And we moving forward. You know what I'm saying? That's what we love to see.
The apple cinnamon look good from the pictures.
I like them cupcakes.
They over here you know what I'm saying? They overlooking the page again. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta follow him on IG. He bought it. You know what I'm saying? Patent, brand, everything. So we gonna sidetrack. We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Explaining abutter and telling us what it is and kind of what you guys stand for, and kind of like it's just making people eat a healthy life and have a healthy lifestyle, and they're not really forcing it on people. It's like, as you say, it's like peanut butter. But let's talk about like the culture. in terms of African Americans and how we see things and business wise. For me, I came across a lot of things like I want to support black owned businesses, but sometimes I can't because it's like, bro, what are you doing? Like your patenting's off. You just come in with just a shirt, no thank you card, no nothing. Like, what do you feel like? Do you have any advice for some of these people that's trying to open their own business, or like in the mindset and like what's your thoughts on that? You know what I'm saying? I know.
Yeah, great question. No, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
I would say just there's a lot. I think first just recognizing that if there's a need, I think businesses start and they do so well because those businesses recognize that there's an absolute need for something in their local like communities or just wherever. I think if you recognize that there's a need for something, and you really do your research and figure out, if people are actually like, if people are going to struggle without it, then I think that then you have a pretty successful shot, a good chance of like running a successful business. I think the second part of that is just consistency. So, just devoting like some spare time or like devoting the time that you have to really move your business off the ground is important.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people want to be entrepreneurs. I don't know, Nia, Gertie, if you could touch on this. I feel like a lot of people of color, we ain't dedicated. Like we start some shit and we cut corners. Keep a point blank period. They want to make shirts and want to make designs and the shit just be all off. Like,
yeah, we was actually talking about that on the phone, me and Shakeen. It was kind of crazy because like I was kind of pointing out like we'll have friends that'll be like, oh, like I have this really dope product, whether it's butter or it's shirts or whatever, and they not calling anybody out. They're bringing in a fucking trash bag, or like the presentation is terrible. Like you don't go on Gucci and they give you your shit in a trash bag. You're gonna look at them like they fucking crazy. Like put some respect on it. Like if you believe in your product, then dress it up and make it real for me. Pretty much, like
that's a fact.
Just to
dress it up and make it real for me.
Like for real. Like you can't just like if you listen, like you can't be
selling shirts and coming out of the box and getting out your trunk and just throwing me one.
Yeah, like come on, like that. Yes, that, literally like, that. You can't do that. Like
so. I have a question for you, Aaron. Like, kind of like, how do you see your presentation? Because you know what I'm saying. Like, I know your brand and I know you stand behind, but I also know you for a while. You feel me? So it's kind of different than seeing one of my homies like, yo, support the shirts and whatnot. But like, drop some gems for the people that's trying to get their product out and not really understanding what's the presentation. You know what I'm saying?
And why it's so important.
Yeah.
It's really important. I can't see myself. I put myself in the shoes of a customer and say like, would I like this if I saw it, right? And I'm extremely critical, of myself, and I think it's a strength of mine and it's also a flaw. You just have to really think like, before I put this out, is this something that I actually approve of? Because your name is behind it. So, I think for everything, right? Like you want to make sure that like things are top quality before you get that to somebody, because you want top quality yourself. So, why would you give that to, why would you give less than that to somebody else? I couldn't see myself giving something to somebody and I didn't like it myself first. It just doesn't feel right. For me, it just doesn't feel right. And there was another thing I was going to say and I forgot. Quality and customer service. No, customer service. Customer service is really important.
Please talk on that, my brother.
abutter, yeah, abutter is not just. I don't consider abutter to be a food brand. I consider it to be a customer service brand. So
okay, I
pride myself on good customer service. Like you see a lot of companies that are doing well because I think they have great customer service. I'm trying to I try to stay away from this particular business, but it's because everybody knows it. I just say it. Amazon, like when you think of Amazon, like they have really good customer service. You could get on the phone with somebody if a package is lost or if it doesn't get there in 2 days, and somebody respond to you like right away. Like the customer service is on par. So, you think about all of these companies and they have like great customer service, like it keeps you coming back, regardless of what like that product is. So for me, I think just like really making sure that you are interacting with your customer and treating them right, like that to me is the most important thing.
Yeah, that's a fact. I feel
agree.
like for me, taking a transition, like working in corporate America for a little bit, customer service is like one of the main things that separate people from color, and then our Caucasian counterparts that have businesses, because they believe the customer is always right. I'm saying, on a certain ethical standpoint, I'm saying. But when you get to people of color, I'm saying, we have this notion of privilege, or we have this like, yo, you better be lucky that I'm rocking with you. You could rock my shit. But it's like, you shouldn't even have that mindset, because corporate America is like, yo, this is the person that's paying me. I gotta do anything to make this sale. I gotta win this person over so I could get this sale. Like, nah, you know, like, you work in customer service, like you have that presentation.
Dude, it's all about, like, even though me and you, like, well, all of us right now, we talking, we're swearing, but it's like, obviously in the real world, when you're trying to sell somebody something, of course you gotta play the part, so you gotta make sure that, like, you're speaking well, and like you're taking accountability as well as what you're saying, making sure like you could back up all the questions that they're asking. You want to make sure that you know what you're talking about, because when you said, you said it's like a flaw for you as well, like as far as like customer service. So it's like when someone is like talking to you and they know what they're talking about, you're more eager to talk to them, because it's like you know what you're talking about, and the way you're presenting what you're trying to sell me, whatever it is. I don't give a fuck if it's a shirt off your back. If it look good and you come in with a good presentation, I might buy that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, depending on how you're talking to me. And I feel like that's very, very important. And I feel like us, like, I ain't even gonna say black, just minority people lack that for whatever reason, because it's like when you're selling to somebody, like Shakeen said earlier, like if you selling to your friend, you just accepting off the rip, like my homie's supposed to buy this. You don't gotta buy shit off you. Like, if you want, present to your homie the same way you would present to an executive of who's going to buy your shit. Period. Because it's all word of mouth if you think about it too. That's how your stuff spreads. Like me talking about like abutter right now. I was looking at your page. I'm really gonna buy some abutter now. It looks fucking amazing. But I'm like, like, you know what I mean?
That's
and the way
it.
like, you're carrying yourself and you're talking to me, you're serious about your product and you're proud of it and you use it. That's another thing too. Like when it comes to food, if I don't see you using it, why the fuck am I gonna take it? Why am I gonna sit there and possibly potentially poison myself and hurt myself if you're not even believing in your own product? So that's another thing that I like too. You're using your own stuff. You believe in your own stuff and you market it very well.
That's a fact. Like,
Thank you.
He
You're
should have
very
put
welcome.
Auntie Jemima. What's her name?
Auntie Jemima.
Auntie Jemima.
Oh,
Jemima
no.
to Sarah.
Oh, no.
She
Not
said
Auntie
Auntie Jemima.
They took her off, so you
Oh,
got to put her
no.
back. Somebody got to bring her back.
Man, that's a claw. That's already branded.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? My man Patton is already good. He's good in these streets. You heard me? You say, hey, Bud is good in these streets. Yo, hold on real quick. To touch on like presentation and service and kind of like how you get, like, yo, DJ Gertie, like how is it when you get booked for gigs and it's different than other DJs and their service? Like,
Listen, man.
Why are you so popular? What makes you so fucking
what
cool?
I do in the business part when they send me the contract, no lie, within the next 2 to 3 minutes, that contract is filled out, sent right back. They're like, we was expecting this until next week. I'm like, I just want no issue with my money, so I'm gonna give you your stuff within less than an hour, and that's just what it is. Business is business. Oh, can you send me over this information, that information, fill out this W-9 form? Yo, that's all done in a second. Not no hassle running around. It's just everything just got to be on time. Never give people a reason not to pay you. That's just what I've always been telling people. Don't give them a reason. They want you there at 8:00. You be there at 6:00 waiting. Like, wow, you say it so early. I'm like, nah, because if I think in my head 8:00, I'm gonna be late. So I gotta be there way early before everyone's settled, not sweating and all this other stuff, rushing and stuff. Nah, that stuff it's a bad luck, man. A lot of people, stuff happen in life when you be late and they just looking at you and you just thinking in your head like, damn, like, I don't even think they're gonna pay me. They probably want to take some of the money off. Like, it's just always something. But like I said, just never give people a reason not to pay you. Do everything right and do everything correct and respectfully, and you always have the upper hand.
Aaron, what you say about that? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, do you feel like, I know they probably like, have any like stuff like to have you come out and like, have people test samples? Like, have you experienced that? Like being on time, like have you like did that jump? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you, although you wasn't getting paid, did you still go on time, before time? Like, how's that set up?
Can you say that? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that part.
So like the opportunities that you got, right? In terms of like
Mhm.
you say your product is in farmers market right now, right?
Yeah.
The opportunity that you have, when they gave you that platform to come to farmers market, because I know you had to go there and kind of like have people test it out and see if they liked it or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, did you take that opportunity and run with it, or do you was like, yeah, it is what it is? Like, you went, lazy, lackadaisy into it. Like, how was that experience?
No, I was balls to the wall, man. I had to, I, I think my strengths, are that I have a recruiter background. So in my full time work, I work as a recruiter. So I'm always at tables and I'm always talking with like people who might be interested in a job. So, I have that sales background.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really able to talk my product up in a way, that was positive, and engaging for people. So, the same way that I'm telling y'all my story about like why I started this is, it's a similar story as to the people I meet in farmers markets. I think with y'all, I could be a little bit more candid, a little bit more real, but
Yeah.
I tell people just in general like why I started it. And prior to COVID, I had food samples too, so I would give them samples as well. And I think that along with the story really got them to be
The buy-in.
to really be impressed by it. Because when I started, it wasn't like this. I had these 8-ounce jars. They were white jars. They weren't even like food jars, and those were like I ain't going back to those, man. But
So you went
but I had
so you went through a rebranding process, right? How was that?
yeah. And before I get into that question, I want to finish what I want to finish this last part too.
Go ahead, my brother.
The cool thing is that like when I went to a farmer's market last Sunday, somebody came up to me and she had said, I remember you from I was your first customer from the market that you did and back in like last February of last year. And I was like, oh wow, like, and I started remembering, I was like, you were my first customer. And then she said, yeah, my son loved it, and I realized that you were here, and I know it's been a long time, but I wanted some more. So, stuff like that just sticks out for people.
Okay.
Just in terms of your like your second question, just the rebranding.
Mm-hmm.
Like I realized that I think initially I started off conservative, right? Like I wanted to do smaller sizes because I wasn't sure if people would actually like it.
Okay.
So I did things that were a lot smaller. Like these weren't food jars. Like these were like arts and crafts jars that I had, and I was putting them in there. And for the time it worked, right? Like I did it, and it was nice. Like I put it in these 8-ounce jars, and people were buying them, but after a while, I was like, man, this ain't working. Like, I know presentation. Like, after I got the confidence that people said that, oh, we really like this, I say, all right, cool. Like, I can actually put these in like real jars and make them look presentable, like you would see in a supermarket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that was the goal. I wanted to be like really actually look like it was this is something that you could swipe off the shelf. And I still got some tweaks, but I feel like I've gotten really, really close to what I want in terms of just like the look. So there's definitely been a lot of rebranding. I've gotten on the phone with like also just marketing people.
Mm-hmm.
Even down to like the little details about like the type of font that I wanted. Like I wanted to have like a playful font where people when they saw it, they tried it, they like enjoyed it and they considered it as fun. My logo, which has like the almond jumping rope, that's a reflection of me. Like I'm always smiling, I'm always active. And then even the colors, like I wanted the colors to pop a certain way.
Yeah.
Like you see the green and the apple cinnamon flavor is different than the green that would be in the gingerbread because I wanted the gingerbread to remind them of like the holidays.
Yeah.
So I wanted like colors to like really pop. Even like down to the label, like my label shiny.
Yeah.
And I wanted that to like stick out. So, all of this is just like, these are just things that I think of on a regular basis. Like I'm thinking of like how minute details are that people would notice and they would like. So yeah, so the rebranding process has been like huge.
Absolutely. I feel you, my brother. I appreciate it. And You know what I'm saying? You explaining that to us. DJ Gertie, I have a quick question for you. Have you rebranding your product or your name yourself? Like, have you went through a rebranding process?
Um, I mean, in the beginning, you come in with like a little crew. It was called Hypertunes and stuff and everything. But then you kind of realize, like, it's pretty much just me because I'm paying for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody else really put it in. Everybody just come in and go to parties for free and stuff. So I'm like, yo, let me just put my name out there. Let it just be me. And then once I did that, it was just so much easier to promote myself and not like as like, what is this Hypertune? But usually, people are just so used to just hearing rather just hearing the DJ name and stuff. So I guess, yeah, when you do got to, when you are putting your face out there, face to the name, it makes everything easier. Like anywhere I go, like in New England, somehow, some way, somebody knows me somewhere, and it's scary, but it's cool. But it just gets scary. Like you can't do nothing too much because you don't know who's watching that knows me, but I don't know that they know me. And, it's just yeah. But definitely rebranding is always always good. Just step back and look back and just look at everything like, all right, what can I do better? Look at other people that's in higher positions that's doing better than you, that's doing the same thing as you. And just kind of, take a little bit from everybody and kind of put in your own twist. And yeah.
Absolutely.
So I have a quick question for actually for Gertie and Aaron. So Gertie, during the pandemic, how have you been able to rebrand yourself during COVID, if you have been able to? Because I know it's been hard with you DJ, and then with Aaron, as far as like the butter, have you had any like setbacks as far as like pushing your product? Because I know it's been a crazy time. So it's like, how have you guys dealt with it? Gertie, preferably to answer right now, because you to my right.
I mean, it's just hard to do anything because it's like you can't be in like DJing and parties, all that stuff. You can't even do that. You can't do that unless you go to Atlanta, Houston, down south and stuff. But up here,
How about virtual though?
You better throw out a mix.
virtual?
You better put out a mix.
I mean, I would say that with the mix, but like it's like the dance hall nowadays is not the same like it used to be. Like,
Okay.
like it will be like 1 or 2 songs every like 4 or 5 months. It's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard with that. The soca music, it's not. Last year ain't no carnivals. It's like you can't really get in the soca vibes. Like you gotta really leave. Like they don't want to hear no mix. Going live on Instagram, you can't go live on Instagram because like the artist's music is all that stuff is copyright. So Instagram will shut you off. And that's my biggest platform is Instagram. Facebook Live's the same thing. YouTube, nobody's going on there to go on live and watch. I never watched a video on live on YouTube in my life.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. It just, I mean, it's hard to do really too much right now. You just kind of gotta just pray.
You gotta wait.
Kind of wait.
You gotta wait for your turn again to step up to the plate.
You gotta just wait and just hopefully stuff gets back open. But like I said, I'm not really tripping because it's not like every other DJ's out there is still busy and booked right now in Boston. I'm just here on my ass.
Yeah.
Everyone's going through
You
it.
said in the last show, you was like, fuck it, ain't nobody making money.
Yeah,
Y'all all broke.
We all going through it. And that's just like, not even DJ, that's just a lot everybody else's business, independent business. I mean, like barbershops and stuff, I thought they were going to go down, but people always want to look good. Like stuff like that's going to keep going. Food is forever is going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Like grocery stores, I don't even think it could be a bomb. It could be a war outside. Grocery stores are still going to be open. Like people need food regardless. So
Absolutely.
Business like that is going to do good. Like Aaron, his butter, people going to still want that butter. But yeah, we can't even get a DJ, so we'll just go get the butter and just eat this dinner tonight.
Hey, butter, it's time to utter. Yo, chime. It's your time.
Your time to shine.
Your time to shine. Go ahead.
What y'all want me to do? Oh, just say shit like where I could find the nut butters at.
No.
We know. I'm gonna find your stuff. I'm talking about as far as like, I mean, probably what Gertie said is probably what you may say too. But as far as like, what have been like, because in our first episode, kicking off on season 2, we were kind of we were kind of figuring out where everybody was at as far as like the pandemic and what you've been going through. So as far as like your business, how has this pandemic, has it affected you to accelerate in your business or decelerate? Have you been creative, finding different ways to sell? Like, what was like your challenges during the time?
It's definitely forced me to it's accelerated a lot. When people got inside, like the online orders just went it just went crazy.
It went basuda. It went crazy.
It went crazy. Yeah, and it was like a huge hype. I think combined with it being like, the first time that people had saw me like start my business, I had like a ton of support from just like my school community, family, and friends. So, like it started out like that. Then the farmers markets had opened up. So even though it was COVID, it was still like, socially distant. It was different, but I got like a lot of good feedback from that. So now like the winter's coming, nobody's going outside. So, I've done, mostly online sales, and they've been really prosperous so far.
So I have a question for you, about online sales and in-store sales. So do you feel like, since this pandemic and moving forward, do you feel like online is going to be your pretty much your biggest income of abutter? And
hopefully.
The second question is, are you expecting to expand? Like, if abutter tomorrow got a contract or got a deal to move forward, would you quit your 9 to 5?
Yeah. if I had something that was substantial, and if I could do, this is what I was talking about before, like doing your research, right? Like, I think an issue is that a lot of people, they just say like, oh, this got like a good amount of sales for a day or a couple of days. I'm gonna up and quit everything, and it's like, whoa. You just got like a small sample size. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You really gotta build your way up to that first before you just jump the broom and jump shit. Like, you gotta do your research and figure out like if people are really feeling your stuff. Otherwise you're gonna be stuck.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, that's personally how I feel. Obviously it's not the same for everybody. People have done that. They've gone cold turkey and quit, and they've worked on their business and made it work. Me, I'm a little bit more cautious, but in terms of, yeah, I think, if I did my financials and, it got to a point where I was making a lot of almond butter and I could live off there was a livable wage, and it was taking up a lot of my time, like to the point where I couldn't even work anymore, full time, then yeah, absolutely, I would make that jump.
Absolutely. I appreciate the honesty, my brother, and everything that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say, do you have anything else to say to the viewers, the people that listen in about, entrepreneurship and accountability, in terms of like moving forward with their businesses? Like, do you have anything to say to them? Drop some gems or anything?
Yeah, man. I mean, I would just say, for those who have businesses and they really, passionate about it, keep going. Like, don't quit. There's an opportunity that's coming. You just have to work and find a solution to get there. Like, I think, Jay-Z has said it. He said, you only have to be right one time. And, after that, then sky's the limit. You just got to keep working to be right that one time. So, just keep pushing, keep, finding people that you can help, finding people for, support, finding solutions to your problems, and, you'll be good. You'll be good.
Absolutely. We greatly appreciate you, Aaron. You know what I'm saying? Mr. A
Appreciate
Butter
you,
himself.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. This is a great podcast. And, I'm just really excited for y'all in the future too.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be back on, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got other stuff coming up, you know what I'm saying? We gonna support the A Butter. You definitely gonna go up on the page and everything. You know what I'm saying? We supporting Black business if you about your business. If you about your stuff and not just talking about it and really having the presentation and everything to go with it, we support it all.
My fault. I just wanted to chime in really quick. Just for like the accountability. I feel like already taking the L is an accountability. You know what I'm saying? Taking that L and learning from that L, realizing the problem and coming up with a solution. I think that's very important, and keeping going. Don't let them L's discourage you. If anything, let them shits fucking push you. Keep going. Very important for anybody that's listening to this.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But we appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, Mr. A Butter. If you have any final words? You have any words for the people before you get off here?
Right.
Yeah, www.abutterbyaaron.com. That's it. That's it. See that? That's marketing right there. That's marketing.
You know what I'm saying?
See
You
that?
got
That's the sign off.
That's
Go
it.
go tune into that man's site, abutter.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. And on Instagram, it's a butter. You put it in, you're going to see a almond jumping rope. You know what I'm saying? It's that easy. It is that easy. You follow, press, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have a subscribe button, but it says a follow and purchase. The hyperlink, you know what I'm saying? Hit the hyperlink and purchase. That's what we talk about, baby. We supporting it all the way. Well, appreciate you, Aaron.
Yes,
Thanks,
much
y'all.
appreciated. Thank you for your time.
All right, brother, man.
Holla.
But yeah, nah, we just had Mr. A Butter in the building, man, and we appreciate that and we're thankful for that. But I know we wanted to talk about also the accountability aspect of Black entrepreneurs in our community and kind of like how do we see it, because we have a conversation about it and kind of like giving them some tips of moving forward to kind of like hold accountability for themselves. You wanted to drop something on them real quick?
Yeah, like before we close out, kind of like what I just said before, Mr. A Butter had got off, like accountability is big. Like that goes beyond business. That's what life in general. Like I feel like if you don't recognize, if you're so busy like worrying about the problem, you'll never identify the solution to the problem. And all it's going to become is a recycled experience. That's what life is about. If you don't learn life's lessons, they become recycled experiences. So that's something that I feel like if you want to do anything in life, take accountability, understand where you're going wrong. And if you need help, be resourceful, ask for it, tap into different people, like grow your business, grow yourself. Like someone has said to me the other day, point me out your 5 friends and it'll show you who you are as a person.
Oh,
and
yeah, I seen that post.
It hit me different. It hit me different. I'm like, yo, damn. Cause it's
Yo,
like,
he was dead.
not to put no shade or nothing like that, but like no bullshit, that shit hit me different because like I know for a fact out of all of like people I know, like I know people who are getting it just like I am, but I just know that I have a different fire as opposed to everybody else. And I'm just realizing as I'm getting older, I need to be around more of that fire.
Absolutely. I seen that post. It was like, show me 5 of your friends and I can show you why you so fucked up in life. Yo, dead ass. Grady, what do you have to say that's
before
crazy.
we sign off about accountability?
Yeah, people that have their own businesses, bro, or trying to be DJs or trying to be just entrepreneurs, like, what do you got to say to these people before we log off?
You just definitely gotta be consistent and be respectful, and don't when people try to shut you down, say you can't do it, just do it. It's not hard.
Yeah, I feel
once you do it every day for like a couple years, you just be like second nature. It's like breathing. Like DJing to me, I haven't DJ like actually DJ since.
But you know, if you get on them turntables,
right now,
boy.
Give me 2 to 5 songs, and I'm like, it's like I never fell off. Yep,
fuck up some commas, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Straight to the money. But for me, I'm gonna be so honest and very transparent with y'all. Hold accountability for anything that you do in life, especially y'all business. I know a lot of y'all got good product out there. Y'all want to push y'all business, but y'all just don't have the urge, or you just feel discouraged. And I'm just saying, like, just move forward. Like, as Nas said, like, all those L's, those are lessons. You feel me? Like, you got to move forward with those and have some presentation. Like, don't bring no shit and no garbage bag to come give me. If I'm buying a shirt, listen to me. You better come with a box, a thank you card for business. Like, you
dress it up and make it real for me.
Yeah, like don't come to me with that whack stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want us to support your local, man, a little card goes a long way. Them thank you cards go a long way.
Yeah, because it shows that you appreciate that business. So don't ever be too, I won't say too proud to beg, but don't be too proud to, like, put it out there and show that you appreciate the business.
It's okay to kiss ass sometimes. I'm saying you need business. I'm saying you spending your money on product. Listen, and you want it to sell. You know what I'm saying? I don't got a problem to buying a $75 shirt or $80 shirt from a local, like, entrepreneur, but it got to be good quality. It got to be a good print. You know what I'm saying? It got to come with something that I know, like, yo, it stands for something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to just support off the cause because you my mans. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make no sense.
But like I said in the other episode too, it's like, And motherfuckers are so quick to go off and buy the next Louis or buy the next Gucci, but yet your man's is selling a product that's probably the fabric and the material may be way better than what Gucci's selling. I'm just talking right now.
Now you
I
just
know
talking,
Gucci's good.
Kevin,
I'm making
yeah.
an example because I know people gonna be like, Gucci, blah, blah, blah. But for those who have, the wisdom and the mentality to understand what I'm saying right now, you get where I'm going with that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate all that. But thank you for tuning in to episode 2 of season 2. And it's just like that, bro.
D Still, what you cooking up over there?